Tashidele Gishala, Tashidele everyone.
Tashidele Gishila.
We do frustration.
Yeah, Tashidele Gishala. Tashidele everyone.
Tashidele Gishila. Tashidele Ken.
I'm not sure whether it will become an echo. It's this was the telephone. Không phải là đi trả cái lại anh ta nó không bị bay cái con also cũng có cái because now I'm not hearing anything. Is it that if when I talk, then how come I'm not hearing anything from here? I can hear anything. I can hear from here.
Ken, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Yeah. Không đạt. Hiểu không đạt. Ôi, Yang Shala. Oh, maybe you go into that room. Yeah, maybe you can go into that room. Also, the YouTube now là ta rồi. Thì sao đi kia đi cao vậy nào? Thì sẽ đi YouTube ta nghe mình做那结果嘛。không mà sao? Gì đấy? 5 minutes. Awesome. So, sorry, please hold on for 5 minutes. So I think it's Panasonic one, right? Remote control, right?
Welcome back, Gishila.
Tashidele Gishila.
Tashidele Gishila. Is Kim here? Oh, gosh.
Okay. So we start with two frustration, send request. Request has been sent. I need to share screen. Sharing. Namo Manju Shri Ye, Namo So Shri Ye, Namo Dhamma Shri So Ha, Namo Manju Shri Ye, Namo So Shri Ye, Namo Shri So Ha, Namo Manju Shri Ye, Namo So Shri Ye, Namo Dhamma Shri So Ha. Now we will offer a requesting mandala, since this is the first class of the Tathāgata Essence, so we will offer requesting mandala. Om Sai Shi Ping Om Shi As I always mention, that there are two important things. One is in the beginning, and the other one is at the end. So that the important thing at the beginning is to set a motivation, and at the end is to end with dedication, and in the middle is the actual session. So, so to remind the importance of these three, especially the first two, especially the two at the beginning and at the end, which is set motivation and dedication. So please adjust your sitting posture according to the 7 meditative postures of Vairocana.
Toma dungari na sinje de ta che da gi chen de ma na ji ka ding chen bo cha da ma ma ji ba ji de ma shi ba na ta ma cha ba ni de de ma na de wa de ja lang do ko ji ba de ba shi ni wa de ni ka ti de ma de ji de ma na do de di ju gi ba su so ba de na chen Demba Juju, Demba Dogashava, Didashini, Balamala, Shingi, so what to see about Chile, Babu,
and think, all sentient beings have been my mothers. All sentient beings have been my mothers, not just once, but for numberless times. All sentient beings are as kind as my mother in this life. All kind mother sentient beings want happiness and do not want even a small suffering. However, due to wrongly engaging with objects of adoptions and abandonment, they do not experience any happiness but suffering. In our minds, sincerely generate loving kindness towards all kind mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if all kind mother sentient beings were to have excellent happiness and the causes of excellent happiness that are virtues. May they have excellent happiness and its causes. I will cause them to have excellent happiness and its causes. Lama Deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
He just ordinary Juju, Bandination, Mijin Yenas, and Duashi, never lost of the Bijim Tibet. So, Tibet or Dabishava, Didashini, Mama, and Shingi, this is the Bijim.
Next, we generate compassion towards all suffering mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if the bodies of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as pain, sickness, and harm caused by four elements. May their bodies be free from them. May their bodies be free from them. Be free from the discordant class. I will free their bodies from the discordant class. Lama Deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
The page is the ordinary Juju, Bandination. You can talk to me, the not to Tarani, Travel, Juju, Dabishava, Didashini, Mama, and Shingi, this is the Bijim.
How nice it would be if the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the entire class discordant with conflicting virtue, such as the sufferings of fear and all coarse and subtle negative discursive thoughts. May their minds be free from the discordant class. I'll free their minds from the discordant class. Lama Deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
이건 오렌지 소나. 나도 오렌지. 좋아?
Just when you're doing Bandination, how the imagine about Tara. Travel, Juju, Dabishava, Didashini, Mama, and Shingi, this is Bijim.
How nice it would be if the speech of all suffering mothers went with a conflicting virtue, such as lying and all coarse and subtle negative speech. May their speech be free from the discordant class. I'll free their speech from the discordant class. Lama Deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
Pages the one that did not know most of the short to
How nice it would be if the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the entire class discordant with accomplishing virtue. May their three doors be free from the discordant class. I'll free their three doors from the discordant class. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
What pages the one that you did she donated the way you do give it to me. They were to you to the show of the chin, Mala and she so it is my body.
How nice it would be if all mother sentient beings were free from all suffering and its causes that are non-virtues. May they be free from all suffering and its causes. Our freedom from all suffering and its causes. Lama deity, please bless me to be able to do so.
Pages the one that you did a quarter and you see the one do you near all the project. The other was the Sanji Kuban, whatever you person. The other was the Sanji Yabi. Yes, you told me Sanji Kuban, which came to the shop. It was about in the change.
Next, we generate bodhicitta. First, we ask ourselves, who should take the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and of lower realms? I should take the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and lower realms. Even though I should take the responsibility, for now, I do not have the ability to place them in the state of perfect, complete enlightenment. Who has such ability? Only those who have achieved the state of perfect, complete enlightenment have the ability to do so. Therefore, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, by all means, I will achieve the precious state of enlightenment.
Pages in the topic, the Sanji Kuban in the show, and maybe some control. What do you got the region? How much you get on the one you say, on the commission. Now then you got the region with it. Was you the similar number to choose some of this in the body? How do you know the same things?
Next, we generate all-encompassing yoga mind. Yes, the aspiring conventional bodhicitta that thinks, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. These transform into the aspect of a complete mundis at one's heart. And the ultimate bodhicitta, which is one's mind becoming one taste with emptiness of inherent existence of phenomena. These transform into a white five-pronged vajra on top of the mundis.
Pages of the wrong you to the component somewhere. The wrong to be more gene, chatter, 바뀌는 되는 건 너무 뭐죠? 진지적인 좀 대화 된 거면 때 무엇이고 추세가 내 마지막에 집이 되는 더블을 이렇게 좀 상품을 줄 수 있는 거였어요.
Next, we meditate on emptiness for a short while. The self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently one. If they were inherently one, they would necessarily become partless one. If they were partless one, there would be faults. It would be pointless to assert a self. Self would be many. Self would arise and disintegrate. It would be unreasonable to remember past lives. Karma one has done would be wasted. One would meet with karma one has not done. Therefore, the self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently one.
저 더블랑이 그리고 좀 내내 대비도 두고게 더블을 유지도 되게 가고 나중에 이게 또 상도 되면서
The self and the aggregates do not exist as inherently different. If they were inherently different, they would necessarily become unrelatedly others. Therefore, the self and the aggregates do not exist, but neither exist as inherently one, nor inherently different.
대지에서 무슨 답을 주는 무엇을 계속 관리 사회나 지속 포지티브 영향이 있는 거죠. 뭐 이렇게 전부 쉬워서 그래서 그냥 주진우이요. 한다. 수급이 보이스는 이는 무엇은 무엇이 그간다 예상고서 시바도 주진우는 메신저의 대화 중에 능에도 좀 뒤치고 있어. 호세하고 주진우의 주비터니 예상고서 제가이나 어디에 가서 계산이 진비 파진이 있으면 됐어.
As we always say, that it's very important to conjoin the roots of virtue of our three doors with the practice of six perfections. Thus, to conjoin these fruits of virtue with the practice of six perfections is as follows. The first one is generosity. The nature of generosity is an intentions of giving. These 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma is for the sake of the arising of happiness and purifying the sufferings of all sentient beings. If I engage in this way, then these roots of virtue will be conjoined with the practice of generosity.
그래서 그런다 포인트는 지금 무슨 뭐지? 어찌지 이거는 그런다. 예상부터 지금 가서 영화도 문제는 무슨 것도 맞죠. 근데 보면 아니 예상부터 제가이나 어디에 가서 계좌에 예 약간 주진이 보시면 있는 거였어.
The second is morality. The nature of morality is a mind of abandonment. During these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, I will properly abandon my physical and verbal misdeeds without letting them manifest.
그래서 무주에서 무슨 무슨 뭐지? 다 간다. 이제 이렇게 뭔가 예상부터 제발 이다 세나 눈에 간지 주가 있는데 다음에 세트 비만이 대단한 녀석도 제가 있는 어디에 가서 그저게 수입하시는 녀석이었어.
That one is patience. The nature of patience is an undisturbed mind. During these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on the Dharma, I will patiently accept any physical or mental hardships and suffering.
어디와라 또 있으면 저기 무슨 거 나오시 와서 간다 주제니 예상부터 제발을 가와 이거는 예상부터 제발이나 어디에 가서 그저게 어찌 싶어지는 녀석이었어.
Next is joyous effort. The nature of joyous effort is a mind enthusiastic for virtue. I will joyfully and enthusiastically engage in listening, contemplation, and meditation on Dharma.
어디에就是生意过了最近的年把的上帝情况是蛮多些，我就去这边了，生的蛮多的，哪有的多，里面上过这几个，西藏你要看里面上过几个，肯定给了他生的全部那个团，里面上过这几位呢，我第一个是给他上帝去回应是的是。
Next is concentration. The nature of concentration is a single-pointed mind with respect to any virtuous object. I will single-pointedly focus my mind on the virtuous object without being overpowered by distraction and coarse and subtle discursive thoughts. And the last one is wisdom. The nature of wisdom is a knower thoroughly distinguishes phenomena. I will properly and unmistakenly understand the words and meanings of the Dharma that I listen to, contemplate, and meditate on. Set a good motivation. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. For this, I will listen to the holy teaching and practice accordingly in order to benefit sentient beings. So if there is any newcomers here, so then you may think that, in the first session, then at the beginning of it, the meditation is quite long. The sessions of meditation is quite long, so you are unable to understand it immediately. So, however, don't worry, you will be able to understand them in the future. So, due to the importance of meditation, that's why we are doing the meditation at the beginning of every class. So, and in general, when we talk about meditation can be divided into 2 types. One is analytical meditation, and the next one, and the other one is stabilizing meditation. So, in general, meditation is very important. So the subject that we are going to start today is Sublime Continuum of the Mahāyāna by Maitreya. And then we are going to use the commentary that we are going to use is the commentary by Gyaltsab or Gyaltsab Darma Rinchen.
그렇지만 자신 먹는 제사를 못 했던 뒤지 시험하고 같이로 아주 너는 그 관당 가서 줄라만 가서 리우만 하나 리우 담보들 다 리우 담보 되게 좋아도 그래서 리우 담보들 때문에 리우 담보 되게 좋아도 대신이 못 들어와 이제가 힘이 못 돼. 그다 좋아서 제일이스.
So there's no need to go through the history of Maitreya and also Gyaltsab. So since it's very common, so the text that we're going to study is Sublime Continuum of the Mahāyāna. So in Tibetan, it's called Vilama. So in this Sublime Continuum of the Mahāyāna, so there are 5 chapters, and the chapter that we are going to study is the first chapter. So it's the chapter on the basic element, the Tathāgata Garba, or in English is the Tathāgata Essence.
그렇지만 가서 줄라만 리우마여서 리우마한테 딱 뭔가 리우 담보 가서 저기서 뭐 시험도 딱 감도 가시 리우마한테 담보 주셔야 될 정도였어. 리우님에게 주셔야 될다 정도 견도 잡으셨어. 리우 숨바되게 주셔야 됐어. 아스 윤리로 와. 리우 시바되게 또 주셔야 됐다. 그래 정도. 리우 나바되게다 네 식으로 주부 해. 일단 피했다. 너무 치는 지천이 있어서 와.
So in Sublime Continuum, there are 5 chapters, and the object of our expression or the subject matter in the first chapter is, as what I mentioned just now, is the basic element, the Tathāgata Essence, and the object of expression of the second chapter is enlightenment, and the object of expression of the third chapter is good qualities or excellent qualities. And the object of expression of the fourth chapter is enlightened activities or exalted activities. So different translation for the same words, same Tibetan words. And the object of expressions of the fifth chapter is the benefits of accomplishing enlightenment.
어디로 나가서 되면 안고르마 나안다 주는 건 뭐지 있지만 인지만 얘기했지만 내가 들어와 근데 여기도 뭐하여는 쓰도 뭐하여는 그다다라 얘도 시다 여기도 티베tan 주는 된지에서 와 그다가 데리러 와 뭐지 이제는 와
So for auspiciousness, I will read the beginning part of this treatise. So in Sanskrit, it's called Mahāyāna Tantra Shastra. So Mahāyāna Tantra Shastra in Tibetan is Teva Chenpo Gyulami Tingyu.
다들 아마 이걸 맞서 지나야 하는 것도 더 간다 생기 되는 비즈샷 그래서 대신에 어디로 같이 하는 대신 어디로 그래 항상 담보 생겨도 생시반이랑 생겨도 막
So there are 4 parts to the explanations of the Sublime Continuum together with Sangha's commentary. The first one is meaning of the title. The second one is translator's homage. The third one is meaning of the text, and the fourth one is meaning of the end. And under the meaning of the title, and then there are 2 divisions again. The first one is translation of the title, and the second one is explanation of the title, Great Vehicle Treatise on the Sublime Continuum.
다들 가서 막 생겨도 막 지시되는 거 생겨도 휴가이나 간다 그 잡을게도 간다 마에는 이따라 인터시에다 진짜 패키지를 가도도 신의 바디 주는 된게서 왜로 이런 같은지디 반세기다데 더 마셔 봐도 간다 이렇게 제보 연 대발 그래서 예 대발
So the translation of the title in Sanskrit is Mahāyāna Tantra Shastra. In Tibetan it is Teva Chenpo Gyulami Tingyu. So then the Sanskrit Maha, so as you can see here, so Maha is Chenpo in Tibetan, and great in English. And yana is thegpa in Tibetan, vehicle in English.
That is dangerous of the beautiful. Dangerous of the beautiful.
Uttara is Lama.
Tathāgata said, they call it, not a Tibet Sidua. But the number she would enter the Julico. And Tarana Lama Voyager, she had an Indian Qua. Sidua.
So Anuttara or Uttara is Lama. So Lama in Tibetan and Sublime in English. Tantra is in Tibetan and Continuum in English. And Shastra is danger in Tibetan and Kritis in English.
That's it, you are here. Look on that same door, the division. That should have shaken Jimmy. You know, the say you are the Tiponia, the division, the Jew, the depression, the bit was that Venetian.
And also this is about the translation of the title. There's not much to explain here. So then when we talk about yana, so yana is thegpa, in English is vehicle. So a vehicle can be understood as the causal vehicle and also resultant vehicle. So there are two. Vehicle can be divided into two. One is causal vehicle and the second one is resultant vehicle.
One of the Tibetan was a Jew about the machine, GP Tibetan in Chile. That was a Jew Tibetan, Jew about the Persian Tibetan, and that you got to work, Persian Tibetan. Then GP Tibetan as well. That's not the GP Tibetan. What some of people think is a shiver. That Jew Tibetan, then you did it about Tibetan, so you must be some of what
Rasan.
That's what. She developed what? GP Tibetan was Sandish Kumbadia.
Gyutema and the Sangi Gobang.
That's Sandish Kumbadia. That's how much Tibetan do.
Oh, the Jibuteba, the Sangi Gobang. So when we talk about vehicle or yana, so as I mentioned just now, it can be understood as a causal. It can be divided into two: causal vehicle and the resultant vehicle. So a causal vehicle has the same meaning as the paramita yana. So paramita yana or the perfection vehicle. Same meaning has the same meaning as the perfection vehicle or paramita yana, and resultant vehicle has the same meaning as the Sangha Duji Tebaro. Vajrayana. So Vajrayana or secret Vajrayana. Tantra Vajrayana.
Maybe there was Sandish Kumbadia. Sandish Kumbadia. A Jew Tibetan and Sandish Kumbaya 12 years. They didn't tell on their feeling. You are maybe on. Children, and best children, temperature, but that didn't want to take the job. And give it to others. That's Sandish Company. That's Sandish Company. What was that? And the one issue that for her, she was
So the resultant vehicle has the same meaning as Vajrayana. So when we talk about resultant vehicle basically it means the state of enlightenment. It basically refers to the state of enlightenment. So then you might think that there are other types of vehicle as well, such as hearer vehicle and solitary realizer vehicle as well. So when you talk about these two types of vehicles, then these two vehicles are included within the causal vehicle. So these two vehicles, they are the causal vehicle, including a solitary realizer vehicle and hearer's vehicle, they are the path that leads to the resultant vehicle, which is the state of that leads to the state of enlightenment.
that Tibetan chambers, that is chamber delivery. That chambers are the Kanda in the Jibirwa, that dinner and the Chihuahua chamber dinner, chambers, that is chamber dinner. 다 전부 믿음 먹을 내고 봐.
음.
전부 믿다 믿는다. 전부 오세. 얘네는 그러와.
So there is explanations on Yana. So when we talk about Mahāyāna, so there is explanations on Yana itself. And the second one is Maha. So Maha, as mentioned just now, is Chenpo in Tibetan, great in English. So the vehicle is great because it possesses the 7 great observations of the extremely vast sutra collections, and so forth. So regarding these 7 great observations or 7 greatnesses, so these will be explained later.
어디로 어디에 가서 가서 대바치 비유스와 주스와는 어디 진짜바라고 그래서 우리가 비스와 진짜 진짜바 가르스나 생체의 상지지까지 시지 생체의 또 상지지까지 받이 그런 시지들 저기 동바 이런 진짜와 생체의 상지지까지 시지들 여기 동바는 때
Rashi to Tomba.
이런 거 유지 생체의 상지만 도지 받았다 처럼 여기 또 동바 이런 Darwa, Sinjini Arimba, the not Jiva, but so the Tessantis come more quick, but when I Jide will do once in addition.
Sinjini, Nisanki, Mato Padua, Mato Vipato, Sinki So continuum. So continuum refers to a continuation. So continuations here refers to the continuations from being a sentient being up to and not attaining the state of enlightenment, prior attainment of enlightenment. So the emptiness of inherent existence of the continuum is the continuum that it refers here. So when we talk about continuum, so it refers to a continuations, right? So the continuations is from being a sentient being up to prior the attainment of enlightenment. So it's the emptiness of inherent existence of the mind or of the continuum from the emptiness of inherent existence of a continuum or a mental continuum of a sentient being up to prior to the attainment of enlightenment. So I repeat. So continuum refers to a continuations, right? So the continuations or continuum refers to the emptiness of inherent existence of a mental continuum of a sentient being up to prior the attainment of enlightenment.
Lama sewa de kanda, lama sewa de dewa ba de chim chim. Lama sewa de enji geja kunan de. Geja kunan de. Lama sewa.
Tenju yi ju.
Enji kanda ka su ta ji la ma ba de ruwa. Geja de kunan de. Kunan de ba ta de geja de ha ja de. De ha se me ba de ruwa. Geja kunan de ba se lama sewa. Di tenji de geja kunan de ba se. Na de ji ruwa.
So sublime has another meaning of later. So sublime means that the object of expressions of this treatise. So this treatise refers to the Sublime Continuum, right? So the object of expression in this treatise is sublime, is highest or unsurpassable. So sublime has the meaning of highest or unsurpassable, or literally it means that there is nothing higher than that. So it means highest, but it can be translated as highest or unsurpassable.
그리고 그러면서 땡지서 뭐 빌로 들어와 땡지도 들어와 다 땡지서 간다 시다 시도와 땡지는 저기 단데 분들라와 시다 시도와 시다서도 시다 시바 지서와 가서 배우는 좀 그래서 쳐봐 쳐봐 너무 쳐봐 야야서 또 와 야야서 또 땡지서 지와 이게 뭐 땡지서 도와 땡지서 와 간다 뭐 한번 배우기 뭐 같은 something 시다서 뭐 시다서 뭐 시다 시바다 시서 또 너무 맞죠 리스트 너무 맞죠 그래서 야야서 또 와 소리 도와를 또 다가는 시바 동안에 또 그래서 이제
Sinh Jin tụng nga si bà lệ.
또
Ừ.
그거보다 또 다른 것들이 이게 그렇지로 근데 이제에서 내가 산스크리트 시에다스로 시에다스 되시로 시에서 와 시에서 최고 용어 보고 최고 그래서 좀 이거는 좀 용어를 좀 최고 예수의 습관을 지지권에 좀 생각이 생각하고 내가 그리고 와 용어를 좀 최고 예수의 습관 동안 지지권에 좀 that changes completely.
And Shastra is danger in Tibetan and treatise in English. So in Sanskrit, Shastra, so Shas, or according to Geshe-las, then it's called Shas or Shis. So Shi, so literally it means correct. So Shi literally means to correct. Literally means to correct. So what does it correct? It corrects the afflictions. So it has the meaning of correct. It has the meanings of fix as well. So it corrects or fixes the afflictions. And Dra, so Shastra, right? So Dra has the meanings of protect, to protect. So what does it protect from? So it protects the sentient beings from suffering. It protects sentient beings from the suffering, protects from the three lower realms and from samsaric existence. So that is what it means by Shastra, or danger in Tibetan, or treatise in English.
But the danger is in the magic, and the magic is what is ordered. She should be in the middle thing, and one of the people listening to one of the Lua. She should be in the middle thing. It was a call and didn't let it.
Yeah, check the Tebe,
Nebe. Almost give it in another. You know, which just one. That you should indeed need it. You need it. You know, the truth. You know, but you must be no us. You know, you should indeed that English with one of the Sunday thing. The Sunday thinking another in a time that you can. That was a Julamate. Thinking another one. Another one. Thinking another Jilachaba.
So this Sublime Continuum is a Shastra, or is a danger, or is a treatise in English. So Shas or Shi, literally it has the meaning of correct or fix, right? As I mentioned just now, it corrects or fixes afflictions. And Dra has the meanings of protect, to protect from suffering and to protect from lower realms and samsaric existence. So if you look at the definitions of Shastra, or danger, or treatise, so the definitions of treatise is a pure speech that abides in the lineage, possessing the two qualities of fixing or correcting and protecting.
Number
So I repeat, the definitions of treatise is a pure speech that abides in the lineage, possessing the two good qualities, correcting and protecting. So when we talk about treatise can be divided into two. It can be generally divided into two: a non-Buddhist treatise and a Buddhist treatise. So in order to be a Buddhist treatise, then it must fit into the definitions of being a treatise. So as I mentioned just now, it must be so it is a pure speech that abides in the lineage, possessing the two good qualities, correcting and protecting. So this treatise is a pure treatise because it possesses these two good qualities.
What is it? 자간다 가서 되다. 다 줄라마데 가서 다들 시야를 줄라마로와. 줄라마데가 넘어 산지 된다는 얘기를 그러와. 넘어 산지 된다는 주체 가지고 참고해서 얘기 제가 쓰고 상황 봐봐이나. 넘어 산지 된다는 저와는 가서 기술이 있는데 내가 되지. 맞아. 나다 그랬어. 넘어 산지 된다는 저 이게 무슨 주식이 있는 게 맞지. 나나다 기술이 그래서 이제서 바로 와. Thing another one. Asante bitinge nada sana pandiju gugure sana. Indin sang. Wa. Shushu indin da demachi. Wata tindi samete wana da jira. Asante bitinge nada ase. Bijile podes. Ye mansama ina namba asante bitinge nada chawo ma. Oye.
So the treatise that we are studying is Sublime Continuum. In Tibetan is Gyaltsab. So this Sublime Continuum is a pure Buddhist treatise. So how does it become a pure Buddhist treatise? Because it fits into the definitions of a treatise. So which is pure speech, a pure speech that possesses two good qualities: correcting and protecting. So what does it fixing or correcting? Fixes or corrects the enemy of afflictions. And what does it protect from? So it protects ones from lower realms and samsaric existence. So in order to become a pure Buddhist treatise, it must possess these two qualities. Otherwise, that treatise will not be pure Buddhist treatise. So when we talk about treatise in general, then it is a speech. So therefore, when you talk about therefore the definitions of treatise is a pure speech that possesses these two qualities: correcting and protecting.
어디로 아마도 데마 안도 서버기로 아마서 이제 샤도 시켜로 와. 난 이제 샤도 간다. 산지대 전주선 막 단지라 창사로 시대 지리로 와. 샤도 되고.
So there is an explanation of the title. The next one is translator's homage. The translator's homage is I prostrate to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
아마서 되다. 아마서 산지대 전주선 단지라 창사로 나지니 이거는 내내서 그게 시어디. 내내서도 가이면 뭘 마치길 따와이나. 샤도를 맞다오디. 이때 나서 같이 하고 그래서 와. 또 시어디. 안다 주제 마시어디. 산지대 전주선 단지라 창사로 서와디. 약간 노디 되네 차고로 와. 노디 되네. 와. 인지 좀 몰라 창사로 서와디. 노디 되네. 오로 와. 노디 되네. 그건 정말 유니주발의 창사로 있어도 너무 기대되는 와.
허반장발라.
허반장발라. 허반장발 유니주발 창사로서 ṭīkā 너무 기대네. 너무 기대는 거. 무슨 맞소? 뭐지? 원하는 것도 있잖아. 나도 쓰려고 와.
So it's common to look at the translator's homage of each text that we can tell. Then we can tell which ṭīkā it belongs to. So ṭīkā is also means baskets of teachings. So when we talk about ṭīkā or baskets of teachings, then there are three. So the three baskets of teachings or three ṭīkā. So when you look at the translated homage from the beginning of particular text, then most probably then you can tell which ṭīkā it belongs to which ṭīkā it belongs. So when it says, I prostrate to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then you can tell that this text belongs to the Sutra ṭīkā or Sutra basket of teaching. And if it says, I prostrate to the Omniscient One, then you can tell that this text belongs to the Vinaya ṭīkā. And if it says, I prostrate to the Arya Manjushri, then you can tell that this text belongs to the Abhidhamma ṭīkā, or the knowledge basket of teaching.
어디를? 그러다 나서도 어서 산지 좀 단지라 창사로 세워서 그러다 이제 샤도 내야라. 근데 너가도 거리었으나 다 긴지데 노디 되는 거 같이. 그리고 인간도 노디 되는 거 있잖아. 그 된지 좀 하시면. 그와 된지 좀 하시면. 된지 좀 하나 받치시오. 그와 받치시오. 된지 좀 다시마. 노디 되는 거와 이제 그건 와. 어디 미치가 열어서.
So why is the purpose of having a translator's homage? So besides the purpose that I mentioned just now, that you can tell that when the readers read it, then they can tell whether this which Pitaka it belongs to. So, like for example, here it says, "I prostrate to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas." Then it fulfills the first purpose, which is that you can tell that it belongs to the Sutra Pitaka. And besides this, then the second purpose is in order to complete the composition of this text. To complete is for the sake of completing the composition of this text or this treatise. And the third one is to pacifying obstacles. So these are the purposes of having translators homage. So this is the purpose of why translators paying homage at the beginning of composition. So then when we talk about I prostrate to all Buddhas, so Buddhas is the object that which homage is paid to. So when we talk about Buddhas is Sanskrit, in Tibetan is Sangye. Sangye. So there are two words here. So Sang and another one is Gye. So Sang has the meaning of purification. Ye has the meanings of development or developing. So, or Ye has the meanings of increasing, developing, and etc. So Sang has the meaning of purification. So what does it purify? So it is a purification of two types of obscuration. So the afflictive obscuration and knowledge obscuration. So that is the meaning of Sang, purification of these two types of obscurations. Ye has the meanings of increasing, developing, and so forth, right? So what does it develop, or what develops, or what increases what? So it increases the intelligence in one's continuum. So it increases or it develops the intelligence in one's continuum, and it also develops the ultimate abandonment and realization. So it develops the ultimate it develops the ultimate or final abandonment and realization. So abandonment, as what I mentioned just now, is the abandonment of these two types of obscurations. And realization. So realization means that it realizes, it refers to the realizations of wisdom, truth, body. So this realization. So it develops the final abandonment and realization, right? So abandonment refers to the abandonment of these two types of obscuration, as I mentioned just now. And realization, it refers to the realizations of wisdom, truth, body. So these realizations of wisdom, truth, body is an ultimate realization.
다 상지의 창조성 바탕을 샤도 그래서 뭐 창조성에
Sorry, I was locked out. I think due to unstable connections here, I think should be okay. Yeah. So the wisdom truth body is the ultimate realization. So that is what the explanations of the words Buddhas. And then and Bodhisattvas. So Bodhisattvas is Sanskrit. In Tibetan is Jiangchup Sempa. So Jiangchup Sempa is Bodhisattvas. So when we talk about this Jiangchup, so we have explained the meaning of Jiangchup when we talk about the Lamrim, when we are in the subject Jiangchup Lamrim. So we talk about the meaning of Jiangchup many times already. So that is what it means by Jiangchup. So the meaning that we have explained. So Jiangchup, in brief, it means that the basically it refers to the final or the complete abandonment and realization. So the complete abandonment and realization. So in term from the meaning wise, then this Jiangchup is very similar. It's the same as Sangye. So as I mentioned just now, Buddhas. So Buddhas also has the meaning of this ultimate or the final or complete abandonment and realization, right? So meaning wise, this Sangye and which is Buddha and Jiangchup, which is enlightenment in English. So these two has the same meaning. So bodhisattvas. So body is in English. Sorry, in Tibetan is Jiangchup. In English is enlightenment. So this word Jiangchup has the meaning of final abandonment and realization. So this abandonment, what is the ultimate or final abandonment? Then it refers to the nature truth body. So it is the nature truth body, the ultimate or complete or final abandonment. It is nature truth body. And when we talk about realization, so the ultimate or final or complete realization, so it is wisdom truth body. So it is one is nature truth body, and the second one is a wisdom truth body. So when we talk about Jiangchup, so Jiang has the meanings of purification, so purifications of obscurations, and then Chup has the meanings of attainment. So it attains. What does it attain? It attains a realization in one's mind.
어디라들 가서 비반이 참 연대 놓고 주스와 민이 참 연대 조비 참 주스 간다 된다들 와 뒤와 민이 참 연대 조비 참 주와 내가 도도시나 들와 민이 참 연대 조비 참 주.
So in brief, Jiangchup, which is a body in Sanskrit, so Jiangchup or enlightenment in English, so is a combination of two words, so Jiang and Chup. So in brief, Jiang means that purifications of two obscurations, and then Chup means the completions of qualities. So Jiang Chup. So Jiang means purifications of two obscurations. Purification, and then it is the purifications of two obscurations. And then Chup has the meanings of attainment. So attainment of what? Which is the completions of good qualities.
나 장주 셈바 로고도 나기나 장주 셈바 로고요. 산지의 장주 셈바세 산지 장주 셈바세 장주 셈바세와 간다. 이거 된다. 네 장 연대 좀비 장주 될랍니다. 이 신제 탄지 와서 장주 셈바를 데려와. 아니 장주 셈바다 이 신제 탄지 되는와 신제 탄지 되는 그 진이셔 연대 좀비 장주 될랍이네. 또 장주 될랍이 로다데 네 로다데 네 셈바 이거 친구로 걸어와. 셈바 이거 전부가 그 장주 셈바 그런 소리가 차다. 어디다 된다 데려와. 좋아. 네. 이 신지의 제도 다 간다. 장주 로비 장주를 미비와 그 장주를 미비 어디든 셈바 어시고로 어디든 이 셈바 이거 전부로 걸어와. 그 신지의 전도 때 주속에 아니나 내가 그 장주 셈바마도 이거 말어. 빨리 가 보러 와.
조비 장주라 미베.
로비 장주를 미바세. 그럼 아직 장주 셈바세야 돼. 장주 와서 이제 장주 셈바 미를 나오지 장주 셈바세니 야 장주는 상태를 하고 좋아. 그래서 상태를 하고. 그 신체가 되도 좀 상태나 이게 네. 여러분들 앞으로는 뭐 돈이 야 누구는 도 돈이 이게 세 이거 지금 또 쉬다 되면 바워서 그러와. 나서 바워서네 이거 지금 그러와. 근데 그러니까 근데로 내가 셈바 장주 셈바 타기라 차는 거 있어. 좋아.
So we always talk about Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So, and these Bodhisattvas. So Bodhi, Sanskrit, Bodhi, it refers to Buddha. So it refers to Buddha. So and then Sempa, Bodhisattvas, right? So Sattva is Sanskrit, and then in Tibetan is Sempa. So we always say Sangye dan Jakju Sempa. Sangye is Buddha, Jakju Sempa is Bodhisattvas. So Bodhi also refers to Buddhas, and then Sattvas in Tibetan is Sempa. In English is the hero. Sometimes then it's literally translated as the heroic mind. Sempa, the heroic mind. So Bodhisattvas is someone who has the heroic mind, who has the heroic mind on observing this Jiangchu for the sake of all other sentient beings. So I repeat. So Bodhisattvas are those heroic one, or those who have heroic mind on observing enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So I repeat. So Sattvas in Sanskrit, right? So in Tibetan is called Sempa. So Sem is mind. Pa means Pa in Tibetan is also called Pawo, so means hero, or the powerful one, or the one with great strength. So Bodhisattvas, when you explain these words, Bodhisattvas, so Sattvas are those heroic mind. So those who have heroic mind upon observing Bodhi. So Bodhi is enlightenment. So those who have heroic mind upon observing Bodhi, which is enlightenment, for the sake of all other sentient beings, is Bodhisattva.
산지대 정신과 단계가 창조로 단계가 창조로 세다 로사이 이 주제서와 로사이데 안다 무슨 해야 돼 다시 맞아 인제 좀 다시 말와 다시 인제 좀 다시 맞아 인제는 도디도 와시 있지 그래서 에스까지 양지 이슈와
So that is why the translator paid homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So the purposes of translator paid homage to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, besides the purpose of for the readers to know that this treatise or this text belongs to Sutra Pitaka, and is also for the sake of completing the composition of this treatise or this text and pacifying obstacles.
그래서 이 말이다. 우리가 한 무슨 얘기인데 땡전에 간다 전부 딘다 딘다 전부 들어와 들어와 전부 딘다 딘다 전부에 너 땡전에 들어와 지금 이제 땡전에 간다 전부 딘다 딘다 전부 들어와 맞아 전부 딘다 봐 就是嘛，咱们这些是吧？
我来源，我来嘛，我来。
哦，
那时候，
全部的那个顶着的，地上的顶着的，全部顶着顶着的，全部我是老有的话，我他妈推荐的嘛，是吧？他全部对的嘛，都是我们这些，是吧？
And so the vehicle is great. So because it possesses the seven great observations or seven greatnesses, right? So in order to talk about this greatness, seven greatness, then it goes to this part.
对吧？他全部对的，刚才我是的，我们的教的，三级分数，文理九分数，文理分数上了吧？三级分数、九分数、文理分数，那电话性能够看，对吧？也就是强求了吧？他强求，他有的认知对的吧？
工作定过人啊，意思是，
这定的嘛，
定过人啊，
定的嘛，定的呢。我知道我们那个是，那我们是有点厉害的，有点厉害的吧？是的嘛。 我对来讲，上帝是地方定的地方，上帝就是可能的强制的，因为上帝这他们是多，这个定的多。
So we talk about the seven greatnesses. So the seven greatnesses, then through these, then you can understand what seven greatnesses are. And then we go to the root text and page 13. So identifying the entities of the seven Vajra points. So we were talking about the seven greatnesses, right? So what are these seven greatnesses? These seven greatnesses are Buddha, Dharma, assembly. So assembly, in other words, is sanghas. So basic element. So basic element refers to the Tathāgata essence, and then enlightenment, excellent qualities, and enlightened activities. So sometimes it's translated as enlightened activities, sometimes it's translated as exalted activities. So these are the seven great observations or seven greatnesses. So the first one is Buddha, the second one is Dharma, the third one is assembly or the Sangha, and the fourth one is basic element, the fifth one is enlightenment, six excellent qualities, and the last one is enlightened activities.
那全部都等级，
两对 last，
对，他的等级，你的表面并没有是对吧？对了。
Then we go back to
当然是对的，那是对吧？早晚对的，或者早晚对的，对吧？早晚对的，对吧？
早晚对的，
早晚
对我订阅，
哦，对我订阅，那对我订阅是对吧？看到那是上级是吧？的，那是全部的嘛修的，那上级的了，上级工作的了，看到是吧？人当的上级工作的，是吧？工作的上级工作是你的，看到，上级工作是我们做，是吧？人当的上级工作，工作的上级工作是你。那人当的上级工作是呢？人当的上级工作的，那帮把在一起，不是做的，能去不少，是吧？帮把可以是做嘛，是吧？帮把的一起去是做，那帮把他的我你不一起，都不是一起去不差的，那对是吧？人当的上级对的，那人当的上级的可能帮到他是的，都把对是吧？帮把他对吧？我你不。 是吧？帮把他这么一去过，那点点的可能，原来没上去什么的。
Then we go back to page 10. So identifying the seven Vajra light points. So when we talk about the seven greatnesses, the first one is Buddha. So each of these should too be understood from an ultimate and conventional perspective. So the first one is Buddha, right? So Buddha jewel is divided into two. One is the ultimate Buddha jewel, and the second one is conventional Buddha jewel. So, and then it says the ultimate Buddha is the Dhammakaya, which is by nature the excellent abandonments and exalted wisdoms. The and the conventional Buddha is the form body of the Buddha. So the ultimate Buddha is the Dhammakaya. So Dhammakaya, as I mentioned just now, the ultimate Buddha is the Dhammakaya, so which is by nature the excellent abandonments and exalted wisdom. So it relates to to the explanations that we talk about the ultimate abandonment and ultimate realization. So the ultimate abandonment refers to the nature truth body, and the ultimate realization is the wisdom truth body. So this the ultimate Buddha is the Dhammakaya, which is by nature the excellent abandonments and exalted wisdoms. So the excellent abandonments refers to the ultimate abandonments. So the ultimate abandonment is the nature truth body, and the ultimate realization and exalted wisdom is the ultimate realization. So ultimate realization is the wisdom truth body.
다 된다도 들어와. 내가 상지 군주를 간다. 이쪽으로 원이 군주다. 와. 내가 상지 군주를 이쪽으로 원이 군주다. 대시. 군주비 상지 군주사다. 수군이. 와. 군주비 상지 군주사다. 수군이. 어디?
So you should understand that the ultimate Buddha is two. So is the nature truth body and wisdom truth body. So the ultimate Buddha is the nature truth body and wisdom truth body. And the conventional Buddha is the form body of the Buddha. So the conventional Buddha refers to the two form bodies of the Buddha. So the two form bodies of Buddha are the emanation body and the emanation body. So Nibbana-kaya and Sambhoga-kaya. So one is emanation body, another one is enjoyment body. Yes, yeah, sorry, correct. So sorry. So enjoyment body is Sambhoga-kaya, and Nibbana-kaya is emanation body. So the conventional Buddha is the two form bodies of a Buddha.
와서 지나 상지 군주들이 아주 유교열에 제일 많이 그러와 이게 상지 군주고 진이다 이게 지고 되면 내가 제일 많이 나 담보 상지 군주들만 로지스틱 와 상지 군주들나 그러나 내가 상지 군주 상지 군주스 이래고와 이게 정말 개발마 액츄얼 와 상지 군주고 진이다 상지 군주고 이게 와 제일 많이 그러와 이제 제일 많이 와 담보도 얘기시 상지 군주서 와라 그래서 상지 군주다 그 상지 군이 와서 단일이 제반들 이게 제일 도스나지 상지 군주는 이제는 와서 상지 군주 미시는 거는 상지 군주 진이 미지레스 와
So today, as introduction, also we have to keep in our mind the explanations on the Buddha jewel. So the divisions of Buddha jewel can be divided into two. One is ultimate Buddha jewel, and the second one is conventional Buddha jewel, and explanations of it and the difference between these two types of jewels. So as I mentioned just now, one is the nature truth body and wisdom truth body, and the other one is the emanation body and enjoyment body. So then next class, we are going to talk about, then we are going to have more extensive explanations on the Buddha jewel. So we are going to talk about the definitions of a Buddha, and then we are going to talk about eight good qualities of a Buddha. So today, what we have to keep in our mind is the difference between this ultimate and conventional Buddha jewel.
당은 대지라야 내가서 출근도 들어와 나 출근도들가 군도 출근도 무슨 얘기야 와 내가 무슨 얘기야 뭐 대단한 출근도 써야 돼 onda 모델은 안 되는 그러니까 미쳐 와 내가 출근도 상 모델은 안 되는지 나 군도 출근도 쓰는 뭐 소라이를 되니지 소라이를 되니지 군도 비추 어서 와 한국에 내지 내가 출근도는 되는 거야 와 당와서 나지 사람한테 그 먼저 공수 도와지 와 당와서 빅 제리스 나 신경 되게 제리상에서 그러나 소라이나 되는 것도 출근도 니 따라서 와
소라이도 대주리
뭐 제리상 출근도 니 따라서 막 출근도 하나 건 전에 모델 안 되는 거와 몰라 내가 별다른 출근
And the second one is the second greatness is Dharma. So Dharma jewel. So he says the ultimate Dharmas are the true paths and cessations in the continuum of a Mahāyāna practitioner. the conventional dharmas are the collections of excellent discourses of the Buddha. So here. So when we talk about Dharma jewels, again, a Dharma jewel can be divided into two. One is ultimate Dharma jewel, and the second one is conventional Dharma jewel. So ultimate Dharma jewels refers to the interpretation and two paths. And the conventional Dharma jewels refers to the 12 branches of discourses. The 12 branches of discourses or the 12 branches of teachings. So, and these 12 branches of teachings or discourses, they are considered as Dharma jewel from the terminological perspective. So there are these 12 branches of this conventional Dharma jewel refers to 12 branches of discourses, right? So these 12 branches of discourses are considered Dharma jewel from the terminological perspective. So what it means is the actual Dharma jewel refers to the true cessation and true paths. So when we talk about 12 branches of teachings or 12 branches of discourses, they are Dharma jewels as well. So they are Dharma jewels from the perspective of terminology.
어디 지루와 그러니까 가서 단다 지난 가서 디지루와 그리고 나도 지금 이제 간다 거기는 어디 소라에나 되는 가서 군도도 치군도 자야돼 그 소라에는 되는 민영선 넘어가서 다 대단히 세고ጆ도 뭐라는 거스 다 뒤에 제일 와 소라에는 되는 민영선 넘기는 소라는 치 소라에는 되는 영선 넘어가 되니 아무에는 저기 나 뒤에 제일 가서 치군도 되는 다 거라니 와 어디지루와
So we talk about these two branches of the courses are the conventional Dharma jewels, right? So in dependence on this conventional Dharma, in dependence on practicing these conventional Dharma jewels, one develops the ultimate Dharma jewel in one's continuum. So when we talk about this conventional Dharma jewel and ultimate Dharma jewel, so this in dependence on or in reliance on practicing the conventional Dharma jewel, one develops the ultimate Dharma jewel in one's continuum.
ahora cosa chugo yo de la guía más sin llevar sin es jinche ¿no? ¿Qué dice hoy? Lo que digo que te agarres, ¿ah? No la me que yo no me que yo no sé ni por favor. No me que yo no sé ni por eso.
So similarly, the definitions of Dharma jewels and the divisions of Dharma jewels, we are going to talk about it later. So then go to the third one is Sangha or assembly. So Sangha can also be divided into two, ultimate Sangha jewel and conventional Sangha jewel.
ahora se tenta de que yo se yo na na na我的能力你的那是
Can do control.
我的能力人当的跟的跟人过来你的工作的跟的跟着他你工作做的是吧我的工作这这爸爸的你说哇这爸爸说的工作的跟的跟着
So then the third one is assemblies or sanghas, right? So sanghas can be divided into two, ultimate and conventional. So in brief, when we talk about ultimate sangha jewel, it refers to the true cessation and true path. The true cessation and true path are the ultimate sangha jewel, and the conventional Dharma jewel refers to those Mahāyāna beings. Mahāyāna beings. Sorry, it's the Arya beings. Sorry, the Arya beings.
我说这个下来就第三个处理明白了我说原地跟着他这节日的这节日的那个给你个人当的原地跟着是那国际上的下了个多你这边原地跟着是呢他比看上强多了这爸爸他这爸爸能多了他这爸爸的那说这爸爸是差的你这边原地跟着的差的这做的可乐土地是呢 다 변다be 근데 그 길라 그게 변다be 근데 그래서 맞아 원인다 란데니 줄라 집이 또지 라디게시 가사데 그렇죠 근데 차와 또 이게 근데 저거 이때 밥이 근데 차와라 형님 빌려서 뭐 이게 밥이 그다음 원인이 길라 맞지봐 가사데 차요 말와 차요 말이 밥이 가서 맞아 아직 오늘 근데 가서 뭐로 와 가서 뭐로 와 근데 근데 가서 뭐래 얘들 가서 별 담비 근데 밥이 과대 차 다르고 그러시나 땅 어디다 나한테는 줄라 이 제거이나 왜 가서데 무사 근데 되지 와 어디 손자 나 가서 아디다 된담비 근데 어디 나한테 그래서 다 밥이 같이 밥았어 나 군도 근데 어디래
So we talk about this Sangha jewel. Sangha jewel can be divided into the ultimate and conventional. And then we talk about the ultimate Sangha jewel. It refers to the true cessation and true path. And the conventional Sangha jewel, it refers to Arya beings or Mahāyāna Arya beings, right? So in general, when we talk about Sangha, so it generally refers to the Arya beings, right? So again, then we have to understand how do they become an Arya being? How do they become an Arya being, or what is the cause for them to become a Sangha jewel? So then the cause or the source of it trace back to the ultimate Sangha jewel, which is the true cessation and true path. So those beings who have developed in their continuum the two true cessation and true path. In other words, the ultimate Sangha jewel, they become an Arya being. So without having developed in their continuum these two types of good qualities, there is no way for them to become an Arya beings. So in order to become an Arya beings, they have to develop this ultimate Sangha jewel in their continuum. So in other way of saying this is, what is the cause for becoming a Sangha jewel? Then a Sangha that we generally talk about, which is the Arya being. So what is the cause for becoming a Sangha jewel? Then the cause traces back to ultimate Sangha jewel, which is true cessation and true path.
also come to us. I did come to us. Come to the Devana. And then they come to Kundu becomes a million. That's how much million of Dua. Then they come to Kundu Dua. What then they come to the Kanda? Sinking means. Much to be seen beginning the Kanda and the Shirawa. Then they cancel. That's sinking. Said on it. The much to be beginnings. We don't come to the Dua. That Kanda sinking Kanda. The much to be seen chilling. Sinking the much to be seen chilling. And then they come together. What?
So the next one is basic element. So similarly, basic element can be divided into ultimate and conventional. So the ultimate basic element is suchness with defilements, the emptiness of inherent existence of a sentient being's mind. So I repeat, the ultimate basic element is the suchness with defilements, the emptiness of inherent existence of a sentient being's mind.
That control becomes a terror. Control becomes a single same in a yogi. We chill with Nibi Chase, Nibo Church. Look on the Chanju sing in Nangaji this. Chanju sing in the Roa. Kanda Sajish Kumparia Niba. Nangaji didn't be alone in the Roa.
Niba said in Nangaji.
What are you being this? When you being this and other Nishichu Mako. And there was Sinji said that Sinji said and you didn't cheat you. And you didn't David. Sunny Uba. So yeah, we didn't give you. So yeah, material in the church. To have a movie church.
Didn't they choose they choose a cup in the Yun days ago?
Didn't give you choose of them. Sunday, no get up a lot of people. No get you. But they to have a new budget. What? They to have a new budget. 이 뭐 지르고 니바지라 나는 그래.
취가 되나 데 지당이 취해서 돼요.
지당 취들어.
지당이 취.
되고.
And the conventional basic element is that factor of being a potential to suitably generate supramundane phenomena that exist in the minds of sentient beings. So the conventional basic element is So the conventional basic element is that factor of being a potential to suitably generate supramundane phenomena that exist in the minds of sentient beings. So the other way of saying this can be, so that factor of potential that is suitable to generate or produce supramundane phenomena that exist in the minds of sentient beings. So what is this supramundane phenomena refers to? So they are the omniscience. It refers to omniscience, it refers to the wisdom truth body. So the conventional basic element is the factor of potential that is suitable to generate supramundane phenomena, such as which is the omniscience and wisdom truth body that exist in the minds of sentient beings.
신체기 생태나 여비와 신체기 생태나 여비 난치지 공부 야 뭐 지르고 니비 차지는 되고 와 신체기 이라요 신체기 생태나 여비 다 난치와 난치 뭐야 지르고 니비 차지 뭐야 지르고 니비 차지 어디든지 이거서 니지라는 되고 와 신체기 생태나 여비 난치 뭐야 지르고 니비 차지라 아까 이제 분석이 그러셔야 돼. 와, 일단 도도시나 원만 내가 딱 인디비즈 가다시는 거야.
So in brief, to understand the conventional basic element, so it is the factor of potential that is suitable to generate the nature of omniscience exists in the mind, or that exists in the continuum of a sentient being. I repeat, when we talk about these conventional basic elements, it is a factor of potential that is suitable to generate that exists in the mind or continuum of a sentient being.
나 장주죠, 와. 나도 원래 장주도 다다가 니래. 그런다면 장주도 분명히 장주니세요. 그래서 그 상디도 집발에 된다. 집발에 장주스 상에서 된다 집발 와. 장주 된다면 장주서 와대. 다 주고래. 와. 된다면 하는데 주고. 이 주고 뭐니 그다 그래. 된다 집발 장주서 와. 그래. 된다면 분들이 장주서 와. 분들이 장주서 와서 수분이 다 그래. 그것도 그래서 그래 와.
So next is enlightenment. So enlightenment is the same as Buddha, right? It's the same as Buddha. It's the same as Sangye in Tibetan. So enlightenment here it says the ultimate enlightenment is the Dhammakaya, and conventional enlightenment is the form body of a Buddha. So the ultimate enlightenment is the Dhammakaya. So basically, it refers to the to the wisdom truth body and also nature truth body. And the conventional enlightenment is the form body of a Buddha. So form body refers to the two types of form body, which is the Nibbana-kaya and also Sambhoga-kaya.
어디 오늘 그게 너도 선지의 제법지에서 나간다. 이게 선지 구조에 집안에서 간다로 와. 선지 구조에 뭐 충분했으니까. 그다음에 장주다. 본적이 장주니까 선지 구조에 뭐 충분했어. 선지 구조를 충분히 비자 가르쳐 봤나. 내가 어디는 중재. 그다음에 장주를 어디는 중재다. 얘기를 도시 가서 그 수분이 들어와. 수분이 돼. 도시가 인지 가자. 그 수분 뭐 쓰면 또 봐서 얘기를 도시가 되게 제법마다 산지 군주이 맞지 봐시야 했어. 와. 산지 군주이 맞 중그레스. 중그레디 가래. 그거 시작해서 뭔가 빌런 좀 먹어봐라. 뭔가 빌런 중들이 수프스가 될 건다. 지금 뭐 도사로 와. 바닥이 도사로 와. 그것도 그래 했어. 이디라 두시 나게 되게 개발사래 마도 산지 그쪽이 맞지가 만니까 충분히 했어.
So some may wonder what then is the difference between Buddha and enlightenment. So indeed contact. So indeed, the ultimate and conventional aspects of enlightenment are the same as those of the Buddha jewel. The difference lies in how they are presented. The former is that which will arise in one's own continuum, and the later is that already established in the continuum of others. So when we talk about Buddha, as I mentioned just now, enlightenment is the same as Buddha, right? They both have the same meaning. So that's why it says Buddha and enlightenment are the same as those. Enlightenment are the same as those of the Buddha too. Also means that Buddha and enlightenment are the same, so they have the same meaning. And then what is the difference between these Buddha and enlightenment is the former. So the former is that which will arise in one's own continuum, and the latter is that already established in the continuum of others. So when we talk about this, the former. 其實呢啲rangi gula用到成啲同南美講做嘅啦，呢啲先叫啦都先嘅成啲，數庫成啲人啦，呢啲，都唔能夠，不能夠電視啦，工作未講做嘅啦，工作長，So then, so the former is that which will arise in one's own continuum. So it refers to the ultimate enlightenment. So the former, so refers to the ultimate enlightenment, which is the nature truth body and wisdom truth body. So that which will arise in one's own continuum in the future. So this wisdom truth body and wisdom truth body and nature truth body. So these two are the ultimate enlightenment. So ultimate enlightenment is that which will arise in one's own continuum. And the later refers to the conventional enlightenment, which is the enjoyment body and emanation body. So these two are that have already been established in the continuum of others. So I repeat it. So one is that which will arise in one's own continuum, and the second one is that already established in the continuum of others, right? So in other words of saying this is that have already been established in the continuum of others. So the former refers to the ultimate enlightenment. So ultimate enlightenment is that which will arise in one's own continuum, and the latter refers to conventional. So the conventional enlightenment is that have already been established in the continuum of others.
Also, the indeed, Sunny, Benjical loss, Benjical, more my not be here as show Benjical, more my not here up there. Wanda, you did number. Oh, Joe.
咁我買一杯鮮啦，
哦，那是冇咪那啲鮮啦，少咗啊，
啱天都冇買一杯，
哦，冇咪那啲鮮啦，
鮮啦，
鮮啦，哦，原來點個點幾個
鮮班 number，鮮吧，
啊，鮮班，鮮啦，
下點會鮮啥鮮咯，
你剛才那說點幾個羅塞，但係整個的，那你做過了，他剛才看我在那裡，做過的，那自己鮮啦，哦，就門幾百個。上去去嘛，那个就这些，就找你这里看到了吧？他们把多了解了。多久？没几把戏。上去去嘛，那个就这些去啊。上去去嘛，那个就这些，那是肯定有人嘛，其实。上去去嘛，那个就这，嘛这吧，就这个，哦，嘛这吧，就这个，罗家记得到了。民家话记得到了。嘛这吧，嘛这吧，这吧。哦，这吧，哦 ，OK， 嘛这吧，念到这嘛当嘛这了，那算是。那整个就是都等于了，他就能把什么，就是什么民族嘛，是吧？啊，等着刚才上去去嘛，那个就等着我是能见了的，上去散了， Timu may be China, Nanchi, Sama Nanchi, some that Sinji Juliana,
진주 손이 여러 가지죠.
Susuni,
저는 근데 이쪽 우리 수기손
Susuni, Tochu,
법주 미지바시랑 상기 최마 대바
Susuni.
그래서
That Tangaron, that then you get Chilas and Tanga, then you got to Chisel in the moment, nothing you can answer. The Kanda Nanchino is Chandarwa.
the next one is qualities. Again, qualities can be divided into ultimate and conventional. So the ultimate qualities are the 32 qualities of separation, the powers, and so forth. So when we talk about these ultimate qualities, the 32 qualities of separation, the powers, and so forth, then you can refer to another text which is 70 topics. So in these 70 topics, it talks about the consciousnesses of an because of mind be nam yen di sheba ro
Shena,
shenam ra nam ra shenam ra shenam da sheba jiba ra yela
but the Nanchi cannot
yeah
Nanchi.
Yeah, so the consciousnesses of the uncommon omniscient consciousnesses. So you can refer to another text, 70 topics. Then it talks about the uncommon omniscient consciousnesses. So then it talks about these 32 qualities of separation. So we are not going to list down these 32 qualities. So in brief, these 32 qualities refers to 10 strength. So here it says the powers and so forth, right? So 10 powers, 4 fearlessnesses, and 18 unmixed Buddha's qualities. So these are the 32 qualities: 10 powers, 4 fearlessnesses, and 18 unmixed Buddha qualities. So basically, these are omniscient minds. And the conventional qualities are the 32 qualities of fruition. And the next one is enlightened activities. So ultimate enlightened activities are the exalted wisdoms that accomplish activities. So the exalted wisdoms that accomplish activities basically refers to omniscience. And the conventional enlightened activities are the collections of excellent discourses. So the collections of these conventional enlightened activities are the collections of excellent discourses. Basically, it refers to discourses or teaching. Nama tuyến sẽ tiến thì tổ chức tuyến điều. Tuyến nama tuyến. So these 7 are the 7 objects of realization. So you can say the 7 objects of realization. And in this text, and you can see 7 actualities. And you can also see terms like 7 Vajra-like points. So basically, these 7 are the 7 Vajra-like points. So you can see the 7 Vajra-like points. So these are the 7 Vajra-like points. So today is just a brief introduction about these 7 Vajra-like points or 7 actualities. So next class, then we are going to give more extensive explanations on these 7 Vajra-like points.
ngā sāla ka chīla, ngā sā ya, ngā jī tsāna gu rānda kāndā, wā, tsāngā ka tūsi tā kāndā, lō chāngā chū sā rōgu dā.
Yeah. So this is this Tathāgata Essence or Sublime Continuum. So this treatise is called Sublime Continuum, and we are going to study the chapter called the Tathāgata Essence. So this is a part of the basic, is one of the subject in the basic program. So if you have been following the basic program, so you have attending many lessons on different subjects, and so and this is a new subject. So I would like to encourage all of you to continue to put in your great effort in studying this subject. And next year, we are going to study tantric path, tantric ground and path. So which is the last subject in our basic program. So I would like to encourage all of you to continue putting your great effort till the completion of this basic program. So if you look back, then even though it takes years, then however, 1 year passed by very fast. So now we are nearly the end of the basic program.
basic program, so mewaina asama asho ko ni physically coverage wa so yobaina yobaina so jinju da da de ya mare so ya bu ta na no de ma so asama chiri ya bu chan so.
Yeah, so whether you are students of basic program, another way of saying this is whether you have been following the basic programs or whether you or not, then now we are studying this Sublime Continuum, and next year we are going to study tantric ground and path. So in order to understand these subjects, then we must we must have a basic understandings of previous subjects such as Lamrim and such as Bodhisattva and so forth. So in order to better understand these two subjects, these two later subjects, then you must have a basic. You must study those previous subjects such as Lamrim and Bodhisattva.
So the deeds on the people by the
Ken, since we have a few minutes, can you ask one question? Quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so before we conclude with dedication, yeah, so Jaya, what's your question?
Okay, my question is, just now when we talked about the fifth Vajra point, enlightenment, Geshe-la mentioned that the former is one's own continuum, and the later, which is a conventional, is the continuum of others, correct?
One, right?
Right?
These two, right?
Yes. When we did the ornament of clear realization, when Geshe-la thought about the complete enjoyment body Sambhogakaya having the 5 certainties, and the Nirmanakaya having the three body, not possessing the 5, but the other 3. Geshe-la kept mentioning that they only exist on a Buddha ground. That these two, the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya, only exist on a Buddha ground. Now Geshe-la is saying that it exists in the continuum of others. So does that mean this exists in the continuum of other Buddhas or other sentient beings? Because in the ornament class, I think Buddha mentioned, Geshe-la mentioned that it doesn't exist in the continuum of a sentient being.
So, Geshe-la, thank you. thì chẳng chúc bị gọi là thì sẽ bị gọi làแต่chẳng chúc sẽ tiếng rằng cái là trung yếu đẳng hiện tại chỉ cái sinh ý là tu sinh hoạt đi rồi nên thì cái là cái sẽ tiếng rằng cái trung yếu sẽ rằng cái là trung yếu sẽ tiếng ngôi như của đẳng thì sẽ cho rồi nên thì sinh ý là tu sinh hoạt sẽ tiếng nên thì số đẳng tại số đẳng bao nhiêu rồi nên yang ini also ngôn ngữ tiên chẳng bị gọi là also故事这样的一企鹅的，那你的个啥，龙骨糖个啥，呀，那你的龙骨糖度过些的，那你特别那的心里有那都心嘛了，是了，是现实的，素来的个样素来个个样的，
大家点吧一个蛮多的吧，这个能把变起码吧，当然现在我今天就差他，讲那个，当然大家点吧的话是有的比谁差噻，
讲大家人家的度过些的咯，
那点吧嘛是比谁差噻吧，我是比谁，我跟能吧嘛，你讲我怎么突然就嘛都是，为什么突然就？那我作为举了就永久考试呢，那一些就举了结果，他不接去当过了，一些这个的我那个就举了乱去的，这样我说你对我那个的是不是什么的？上级我从把这几个计划的意思，是吧？但现在的都是什么？这中国的那么大家点吧比较呢，但是中国那么电车话的，那就比较了去过，中国那么有差别是，你像我是蛮这样就差别是，是吧？我这里是引进了，
中国那么都差了，
那么都差了嘛，中国那么嘛，但比较嘛对的团的有吧？我的，
其实先谈到那些的先那的商业咯，你可是先进季节，先进是嘛咯，先下的先进的有，yeah. So when we talk about the emanation body and the enjoyment body, so here is that have already been established in the continuum of others, right? So others here refers to Buddha. So others here refers to Buddhas. So for example, the emanation bodies, such as our teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni. So Buddha Shakyamuni is someone other than one continuum, right? Is other than one's continuum. So Buddha Shakyamuni is something other than one's continuum, and he was someone who was perceived by others. So who was directly perceived by others. So this Buddha Shakyamuni was someone who could be perceived by the disciples or others. So then that is emanation body. So this these aspects of emanation body has already established by others. So this emanation body has already established by others, such as Buddha Shakyamuni. So when we talk about emanation body and enjoyment body, is that have already been established in the continuum of others. Others refer to Buddhas.
Thank you.
제 파바스 이제 들어와. 그냥 실제 파바기 때 네가 내가 고도인 게 그러면 아주 그 끼고 있지 뭐. 나게 땡바는 와서 수도 끼고 내가 뭐지 현재 두여와. 어디로 쳐와.
So Nimanakaya or emanation body can be perceived by ordinary beings, right? So it can be perceived by disciples, by ordinary beings such as those disciples, and because the enjoyment body can only be perceived by Arya Bodhisattvas.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Okay.
So we conclude with dedication. We dedicate these fruits of virtue to the flourishing of Buddha Dharma and to the excellent happiness of all sentient beings. We also dedicate these fruits of virtue to all upholders of Buddha's teaching, mainly His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to live beyond long, to have excellent health, and may all their enlightened activities and holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all directions. We also dedicate these fruits of virtue specifically to our teacher, to our beloved teacher, Geshe Lama Sato Rinpoche. May the unmistaken reincarnations of Rinpoche be swiftly returned and continue to turn the wheel of Dharma for the sake of teachings and sentient beings, so that we will have the opportunity to receive the profound teaching from Rinpoche again. We also dedicate these fruits of virtue to dedicate these roots of virtue for world peace, and may certain happiness prevail in the world. May wars, conflicts, and disaster be pacified immediately. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue to those who have passed away due to these unconducive conditions. May their negativities accumulated since beginningless time be pacified immediately and quickly achieve the state of enlightenment.
Dozo Junior, so make
You are the no, no, I can not be not Shiva, Kitan, Lokan, Dawai, the
Really Mori Doseji, Jantu Senjori Boji, Machi Pana, Kibuchi,
Panyama, Mebayan, Kone, Kodo, Pewa, Sho, Kamujida, Chembana, Kodo, Samboti, and the Jimmy, Jesu, Dalo, Jekiwa, the Datan, Jerato, Mo, Shoki, Tuari, Boji, Machi Pana, Kibuchi, Chewanyama, Mebay, Kone, Kodo, Pewa, Sho, Tawari, Boji, Machi Pana, Kibuchi, Chewanyama, Mebayan, Kone, Kodo, Pewa, Sho, Ninja, Sondo, Juvela, Jesus, as a contented, Kanabe, Motin, Gazola, Swa, the social, the road, show, independent Manuba, Katan, Sami, no Kadins, Metins, Gazola, Swa, the social, the road, show, Tamil, Los Angeles, 6, Jayo, Maneva, to make it, so you also do it to him, but CWS is a Pewala, Naya, which is the Cocha, to make it in Lama, so what if they go to the Lama to Hawaii, Minachi, Dotsuba, the Mono, Washington, the Baku, the Chilata, Cassian, the Kela, the Bay of Sapa, the Kesa, the Jeep, the it is what things got to age of the city, but thank you.